not? Well, now we're good. All right. Live is always fun. So we're joining me, Rebecca Kennedy, and I kind of feel bad. I'm not going to lie. Because Rebecca is a badass fitness girl, and she has no voice, which is not great for this interview, but we're going to get through it.
Yeah, we are. Hi, guys. You can tell I teach a lot of classes.
She taught classes this morning.
Yeah.
And then you're here.
Yeah.
You're actually going to be showcasing a product that I saw at the Consumer Electronics Show. It's called Hyperice, but you have a number of different products. Now, where I think this is fascinating, not just for the elite pro athlete, and my goodness, you have a number of pros and teams on the roster that use this product.
Yeah.
It was actually really interesting to see, like the map of the U.S., how many teams professionally are using
Super
this
interesting,
stuff.
right?
Holy crap. In addition to like Lindsey Vonn and Blake Griffin, name-dropping material.
JJ Watt, Dwayne Wade.
Jeez. It's impressive. And I thought it was fascinating when I was doing the research. The company, if you've never heard of Hyperice, I have to be honest, I haven't. In 3-year growth, 3,366%. And also last year revenue, 4.5 million. So I mean, a company that is just growing it on the up and up, but I think obviously as sports technologies continue to grow and these ways to scientifically recover, which are so important for any kind of athlete, whether you're just getting after it every day or you're a pro athlete like JJ Watt, you're gonna want to, utilize the best resources.
Of course.
So I wanna focus on, let's start with Venom.
Sure.
Because there are 3 products here, but the one I was fascinated with, and again in the world of sports technology, is this recovery device called Hyper Venom. And I'm gonna let you do like the 30-second pitch.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the Venom is super cool because it's a wearable. Imagine that it gives a little bit of support, but it has not only thermotechnology, so it's going to provide heat, but it also has vibration technology. So there's 4 different vibration pods that'll kind of sit on your lower back. 80% of Americans have lower back pain experience it. I don't know if you've ever had it. I have, and I'm in fitness.
TV timeout, because I'm like the perfect candidate for this. I also selfishly want to know about Venom because I broke my back when I was 17.
Oh my gosh.
I still have the record for jumping off of a 100-foot train trestle, which was really stupid and idiotic, and another story for another day. But yeah, I ended up with a broken back. I got a free pizza and an icy out of it, but again, another story for another day. Continue. So target audience.
This is your product. It's super easy, and I'll show you how to use it. Literally just a small button on the bottom that you hold down to turn on. And I just turned it back off so I can show you guys. But once it comes on, you're gonna see all of the screens.
The display actually was a little intimidating for me to see. And me being a techie, I was like, oh man, I don't want to have to. I hate when I get like a heart rate monitor and it's like, it's like trying to control an engineering component. Like I don't want to have too much thought process with something like this.
There is none. Literally, all you're gonna see are 3 different options when it comes to what you can do on for either how much heat you'd like. It goes up to 160 degrees, low, medium, high. Same thing with your vibration, right?
Heat and vibration.
Exactly. Yeah, and so the vibration, you'll have either waves, constant, or a 3rd option. So really, honestly, you only have
to pick up,
3 options.
Intuitive.
Exactly.
So, can I back up for a second too? For a device like this, because I think a lot of us have back issues. A device like this, when we're talking about heat and vibration, why in that direction? Is this meant to be your recovery device that you use daily for X amount of time?
So it's just supposed to soothe and relax, basically, right? So it's going to help.
You can't overuse it.
No, I mean, you could. What we recommend, and I asked this myself too, because I recommend it to a lot of my clients. See how simple that was, basically?
That's nothing.
I'm going to pull it down a little bit more.
So you want to get it right on your lower back.
Yeah.
And you can feel it's vibrating.
And I have it on constant.
You have it on constant. Is this like the highest vibration speed? Because it's kicking it.
Yeah, this is pretty much what
you're
going to feel. So for me, I suggest all my clients pretty much like up to 3 times a day, but it's set on a timer automatically for 12 minutes. So when it's done, it shuts off. So you know, okay, I'm going to take it off. Maybe in the middle of the day at your desk, you'd want to throw it on again if you're experiencing a little bit more fatigue in the lower back. If you have any sort of back spasms, you can throw it on again. I would say max 3 times a day, but it's set on a timer itself, so you don't really have to worry about how long to leave it on for. It's not one of those things. I know I can get lost if I'm wearing a heating pad. I can lay on that forever. But you never really want to overdo it. stimulate the muscle tissue just enough and let it go. Basically what it's going to do is bring a little bit more oxygen to the inflamed area and help soothe it a little bit more. So that's pretty much why we're targeting the sides of the spine, each of the vibration pods, lower back, and then end of the thoracic spine, upper, lower back. So it's targeting the primary muscle groups that are typically overused and really fatigued.
So if you're just tuning in, welcome into Facebook Live on Katie Show, and this is Venom, very high-tech, cutting-edge device that uses heat and vibration technology. At first look, as I had noted a few minutes ago, it looks intimidating, but it's actually incredibly easy to use.
Yep. For
the elite athlete, the pro athlete, the everyday workout person, or someone that just has back issues, she put this on in 2 seconds, wrapped it right around. And what's amazing about it is, I want to get back to that screen because I want you to show me a different functionality. This is meant to use, as you just noted, about 3 times a day, 12 minutes. It has a self-timer.
Exactly.
What if I wanted to kick it up a notch or want to change the...
So I can change it from constant into pulses. You can hear it too, or waves. It'll go in and out a little bit. So the vibration has 3 different options in terms of how constant the vibration is actually hitting your muscle groups, whatever feels best to you.
Do you only use it, a question coming in, and thank you for your questions and comments. I'll be answering as many as I can. Luis wants to know if you only use it when you're feeling pain.
I like to amble back pain a lot of the times. I don't experience it all the time, but this is something I would use to pretty much make sure I don't also get any either, because it is quite wonderful in the low back. And
preventative.
Exactly. It's one of those things where we compress our lower back on a daily basis just by wear and tear, walking around the city. I mean, we live in the
horrible posture.
Exactly. If you're sitting at a desk, it's great preventative tools. I teach an active recovery class here in the city. I would recommend this to anybody because active recovery, again, it's a really great buzzword that we're hearing in 2017 already, but it's something that I've been talking about with my clients for years as preventative tools. If you're feeling great, you're probably going to not get injured, and the last thing we want to do is be injured and need something, right? It's great if you have already experienced it, but if you don't have it, it's good for you too.
The data and science behind it, obviously, that's to me is most important. It's like, what has this been proven in terms of scientific studies? How do we know to go in this direction of that heat and vibration are good choices?
Well, heat's always been a great choice, and I think that you've seen tons of products up until now that have showcased heat has been shown to lessen any sort of inflammation, but it's never been combined with vibration. Vibration is, for me, like, and that's why I love all of these Hyperice products. It acts as a muscle distraction. So in a little bit more layman's terms, if the muscle is going to be distracted from the pain receptors, you're going to be able to relax the muscle tissue itself and get into the tissue, and whether your femoral or your trigger point, relax a little bit deeper without experiencing that high pain volume.
Is this something when you use, do you see and feel a difference after a certain period of time?
100%. I use these on a regular basis.
And we're going to get to those in a second, but you say I use this device, and price point, what is it, $349?
$249.
$249, even better, 100 more than that, less than I thought.
Bargain.
$249, so for somebody that's spending a little bit more of an investment, when will they start to feel and see a difference in their back? Not necessarily see, but feel.
Right, so even after you apply this once, you naturally feel a little bit more soothing and relief right away. It's one of those things where after laying on a heating pad, we're not here to say that we're actually going to solve your back pain, but to soothe, relieve back pain, that is definitely something that you'd experience pretty much right away.
Is it connected to an app? Another great question. Thank you guys, Facebook. Connected to an app or anything
Not
extra?
as of now. There's no wearables for it, so this is your wearable.
Which I have to say I kind of love, because not everything needs to be an accessory. You don't need to have an app just to have an app, which is kind of like...
Your app's connected to another app. Yeah. No, this doesn't have one right now, which allows you to really just relax and let it go. It's because the information is just going to be something that you feel.
Now let's talk about quickly 2 other products that are out on the market right now.
Yes, they are.
These are also recovery items.
Love these.
Give me the quick and dirty.
Okay,
This is fascinating.
I'll talk about the Viper really quick. This is your foam roller taken up a notch because there's vibration technology in this as well. I can turn it on 3 different levels. This is, and you can see level 2 and level 3.
Holy crap.
Right.
I would have never thought to add vibration to a foam roller.
It's wonderful.
Because I love the ridges. I have one that's ridged, and even that makes a difference.
Right, totally. So the actual surface itself will cater to a different release in the muscle groups. But when you add vibration, like I said before, the muscle's a little bit distracted. So say, for example, there's banded distraction. There's all types of distraction right now, but vibration technology added into a foam roller, which is basically a myofascial release, and we are all kind of starting to hear these words right here. But your muscles are enclosed in a sleeve that we like to call fascia. But when there's little adhesions on them, which we'd call knots, we feel pain or tight spots along the body, and we don't operate at our most mobile sense. We don't operate at our highest efficiency.
Even at a very low level, when is the best time to be foam rolling? And then really kicking it up a notch with vibration foam rolling?
Every day, pre or post workout. I like to say both. You can't, it's not one of those things where you could do it too much, but give yourself, allot yourself like 5 to 20 minutes a day for mobility work, and I guarantee you the actual workout that you did is either going to feel better, you're going to perform more optimally, reach more end ranges, and honestly, this is all preventative work, right? We don't want to get injured, and if you are, this is a great tool to help you through any sort of injuries, although you definitely want to consult a doctor if you have any serious acute pain, right? This is not something for a broken ankle, but if you have tight calves, this is going to be the ticket right here. So
the challenge is, and I have to play devil's advocate, because as somebody that's like obsessive about working out every day, and you get into that rhythm, and you feel like you have to do it to feel better. You're like, okay, I can block out like 45 minutes to an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 on a really crazy day, but to then add recovery time, it's a lot of ask, especially for people that are busy. We're New Yorkers, you know what I'm talking about.
Katie,
so
I have the
to me
perfect.
here.
Yes, that is exactly why I created a class called Solid. It's 30 minutes of mobility work and 30 minutes of HIIT training. HIIT training, high intensity interval training. We all love this. It makes us sweat. It makes our muscles look great. It makes our bodies look great. It's super efficient. But add in the 30 minutes, I've programmed it for you, and it's specifically catered to the workout that you're going to do. If you learn how to do that workout on your own, be most efficient with your time. 15 minutes of mobility work, a 45-minute workout, 30-30, you will be changing your life and your body on a daily basis. You just gotta think smart and use your time efficiently. That's where this comes in. I keep this in my bag everywhere I go.
Is it heavy?
No.
5 pounds?
I could not even 5 pounds.
Awesome.
Yeah, right. I mean, it could substitute for weight, but this is similar to your Viper, where you're actually going to have 3 different levels. You hold the button down to turn it on, and then once it lights up, 1 touch for low speed, 2 touch for mid, 3 touch for high. Now, if you don't have access to a lacrosse ball or a golf ball, this is going to take up a little bit more space and more area on your muscles. That's why I love it, because I can get into my piriformis, I can get into my hamstrings.
What's the difference between the ball and the roller?
The
Is it
size
just a
of
little bit more mobile?
Well, this I'd actually use into areas that need a ball, where like this is great for larger muscle groups. I would use a Viper on my quads. I'd use it on my back. I'd use it on my calves. But this, the Hyper Sphere, I'd actually use in piriformis. I'd use in TFL. I'd use for more concentrated areas. This is great again for your upper back. When we're targeting smaller specific areas, bottom of the foot, even into psoas, I would use the Hyperice. I'd use that into open up my pecs, right on the chest, lay down on your belly. These are products that I actually use in my class as well.
Wow.
So my class is called Access. It's here in New York City. It's the New York City's first active recovery class, which thank God we all can use it. It's on a Saturday at 11 in Flatiron, because hands down, there's nothing better you'd like to do on a Saturday than lay there and feel good. It's kind of a juicy moment. But yeah, I mean, I love to use these products and teach people how to use them. And knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you can do it on your own.
Something I always talk about a lot is just, instead of just doing an hour workout and just doing it for the sake of doing it, when you can actually do something effective and efficient, like your class with the 30-30, it betters your body long-term and in the moment too.
Exactly.
Because it's hard to get that through, though. People just want to, like, I worked out today, but did you work out today? Like, was it efficient?
Right, was it efficient? How long can you do that for without getting injured? There's always going to be that breaking point, and I think that's why recovery tools are so important, and they're really surfacing this year. So these right here are fantastic to add into your repertoire. Bring them with you. I mean, literally you could keep this at home, keep this in your bag, keep this at work, in your car. If you're driving, it's a great moment to wear it. If you're in the car for an hour, there's no harm in wearing it on a long drive. Like, we've all been there before, and after you've been sitting for a while, you're like, God, I need to get up and stretch my legs.
Yep.
Well, you probably don't need to if you're actually wearing that. And I mean, also on a cold day, it's pretty nice to have that warmth.
Right.
But, you know, and I wear it for about 15 minutes before I go to sleep at night, and I guarantee the next morning when I wake up, I feel 1,000 times better.
How long does the battery last, and how do you recharge it?
So it lasts about 2 hours.
It's a lithium ion?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll snap right off, right on. I can show you right now. Super easy. So if you want to see, there's 2 little clips right here. I'll just place it over, and then I'll actually snap it on. But it comes with 2, and also all 3 of them have the same charger. So it's really easy. You just plug it into the wall, and they'll last for, again, 2 hours.
One's a USB-C, one's a USB-A, one has a micro. I'm kidding. Nothing more annoying than that.
No Apple style products. But, you know, in all honesty, it's so simple. It's a no-brainer. I keep them all in my apartment, and I just charge them independently at night because, again, like, I take it on the go. People always ask me, like, what is that? Why are you using it? What's the difference here? I let them use it once, and then immediately upon using it, you know why I keep this with me. It's a no-brainer. I mean, that's why all the athletes are using it.
What's the biggest product for athletes that are actually using?
They've been using
Venom.
Venom like crazy, yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to test these out, put them through the ringer. I do. I want to actually take them for a week or 2 weeks and like put them through and see if it really makes a difference. I think the biggest thing is there's a lot of products on the market that you don't see results or feel results. To actually have something, some data-driven, own personal experience is huge.
Yep. I couldn't agree more. And that's why I never stand behind products that I don't actually believe in or actually use myself. You can ask any of my clients if I direct them in if I steer them in a certain direction, it's very much for a reason. And I've been a huge fan of foam rollers for a long time. When I launched my class and active recovery became a word, you know, we were recently featured as one of the 2017's biggest trends of the year in terms of fitness industry, which I was super excited about this.
I'm way more excited about active recovery than I am like the acai berry trend.
Oh, right?
All right? That's all I have to say about that.
Because this is going to be with you forever.
It's fascinating though. This is picking up though, to be serious.
100%. I think longevity in terms of fitness is really a key takeaway from here. And athletes, the reason all of this happened was because we listened to athletes, and they're using their body obviously as their primary tool for not just their sports, but their livelihood, right? They need to perform optimally, and if they get hurt, they're out of the game or they're not able to perform. Obviously that breaks our heart, but can you imagine how that breaks their heart? So,
and not to segue off of that, but on the Hyperice site, there is some recovery tools too, in addition to these, which I thought was really fascinating. So even if you have been injured, it's also another direction to turn in terms of ice and compression, technology and elevation, all that fun stuff.
Of course, yeah. So hyperice.com, you definitely want to go check them out. They're on social at Hyperice USA, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter.
And just absolutely exploding in the marketplace. It's good to see people so passionate about you as an ambassador. I mean, it speaks volumes because A, you know your stuff, and B, you're just passionate about how this actually works and how this is a good trend to be picking up on. Where are your classes too for anyone in the New York City area? Yeah,
of course. So YG Studios, you can see Solid, the 30/30 HIIT and mobility on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and also access the full hour of the active recovery classes on Saturdays. So YG Studios right in Flatiron.
Well done, Rebecca. Good stuff. Thank you for tuning in. And of course, stay tuned. We have more coming from Katie Sholak.
Follow me, RK Solid NYC.